What up, YouTube? Cam, that guy here, back once again with another story video, man. It's another story time. In my last YouTube video, I was talking about because I was on the school. I'm on the school arc right now, right? I was talking about my crushes, right? About crushes of girls I had. Now this is go around. I want to talk about the good encounters I had with girls back when I was in high school. I want to talk about the good encounters I had with women. Right? So we're gonna begin junior year and then we'll go on to senior year, right? So here we go. So junior year, you know what I'm saying? It was like, you know what I'm saying? Let me tell you junior year. So we could begin with the bus, right? So I know I was talking about how I approached this girl on the bus, right? But there was other girls that tried to talk to me on the bus. There was this girl named Ari, right? I mentioned Ari in the song. You know what I'm saying? Then it was her friend. You know what I'm saying? They were nice girls. Like they were nice, cool girls. They were all right. Like they were straight. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they was nice to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Those were cool girls right there, right? Then you know what I'm saying? It was mainly just them two. I would say on the bus. It was just them two. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they had other friends and shit. I think, you know what I'm saying, I only talked to their other acquaintances or friends only one time. Like, there was this one time a bunch of girls was on a bus, right? And it was like, I saw some of their acquaintances and shit. But after that, I never really saw them again. So it was mainly just them to Ari and her friend, right? They were cool. They were all right. You see what I'm saying? And just, I thought they was just weird. Yeah, man. Let me explain Ari real quick. So Ari was like, she was nice, really, she was nice and shit like that. She really wanted to talk to me, get to know me and shit. But it was like I didn't really want to. You know what I mean? I just I don't know. You know, so I just didn't look at her and sexually. You know, so I just didn't look at her sexually, man. This was one of the very few girls that I turned down. You know what I'm saying? I never turned down a lot of girls in life. You know what I'm saying? But this is one of the very few girls I turned down. I turned down her. I turned down Alexis. I turned down. Of course, I turned down like top tier hoes and sluts like Audrey and this other girl I know. I forgot her name and stuff like that. Right? It's more in the lines of if I feel like you're like a really out there, that I ain't gonna fuck with you, right? But Ari wasn't all the way out there. This is one of the very few like wholesome girls I turned down, right? Probably the only one. I think all the rest of the girls I turned down were sluts actually. So she's probably the only girl that yeah, I mean. But it was like I don't know, I just didn't look at her sexually and I always thought she was kinda weird, right? But she was alright to talk to and shit. We talked, she really wanted to get to know me. I just never really opened up to her and shit like that. And let me tell you this, she really wanted my Instagram, you know what I'm saying? For some reason she would always try to get she was trying to get in my phone. I'm like, no, you know what I'm saying? No, you know what I mean? But looking back on it, this is a girl I should have fought with. She lived a couple houses down that way, you know what I'm saying? She could drive all that shit the whole 9 yards and shit like that. This is somebody I should have, said I should have connected with. This is somebody I should have, I should have had as a source. I just never went that route. But I always felt like she was trying to like flirt with me and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like, it made me feel uncomfortable, you know. So I was like, I don't look at you sexually, you know what I'm saying? But looking back on it and knowing how hard it is for me to get a girlfriend, I would have rolled the dice with this bitch and see what happened, you know what I'm saying? Because it's challenging out here, you know what I'm saying? But let me move on, you know what I'm saying, as far as school wise and shit. So yeah, those are the only two girls on the bus, I would say, right? Classroom wise, 11th grade year. Um, we could begin with we could begin with fourth period, right? Cause first period I had art. There was nobody in art. Second period was social studies. There was nobody in social studies. Third period was language strategies. There was nobody language strategies. So we'll be given fourth period, which was Spanish 1, right? So in this class, I was saying about this guy. So, but mainly in this class of girls that I felt like I was like okay with. There was this big girl, right? I ain't gonna drop her name, but still this big girl. She was annoying to talk to, but she was alright to talk to. Like, she helped time go by. There was this other girl in the class, you know what I'm saying? And then there was this other girl in the class, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna name drop too much, I'm not out here giving out free clout, you know what I'm saying? I only name drop what is a necessity to, what is a need to, but I'm not gonna just be out here name dropping. The only reason why I name drop Ari because I mentioned her in the song. And in yesterday's video, I felt the need to name drop so people can know, you know what I'm saying? So they can, people just know, like, know their position, right? But I don't need to name drop these other names. There's no point in me doing that. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? It was other girl, you know what I'm saying? So a few other girls at a Spanish class. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Uh, fifth period was math class, right? There really wasn't no girls in math class, right? Matter of fact, there was no girls for me to, in math class. The sixth period was English, right? And then sixth period, I had this one girl and this other girl, right? And this other girl I had, she was in my fourth period, Spanish, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I had these two girls in sixth period, you know what I'm saying? So let's talk about these two girls, you know what I'm saying? So these two girls, um, so one of them I low key had a little interest in, but she had to get taken by some other guy, right? Then it was this other girl, right? She was showing interest in me and shit, but it was like I wasn't really interested in her back, you know what I'm saying? Just simply because she wasn't my type, appearance wise, but she had a decent personality. She just wasn't my type appearance wise and shit like that. But looking back on it, this is a girl I should have, fucked with. This is a girl I should have, you know what I'm saying? Just knowing how hard it is for me to get a girlfriend. These are girls I should have fucked with. You know what I'm saying? But I just didn't proceed with it. You know what I'm saying? So, what ended up happening, you know what I'm saying, was like sometimes I would try to make them laugh, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll try to make them laugh. Or sometimes I'll just do the most to try to get their attention and shit like that. Other times I'll just stay to myself and completely ignore them. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like how it will be sometimes and shit like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's just kind of, be in a situation like that. Low key, I didn't get these people code names. You know what I'm saying? So two girls though my last pair, we gonna call one of them Pear. We gonna call the other one Chocolate, right? Why we call the other one Chocolate? Because she was dark skinned. We gonna call the other one Pear because I'm naming them after a fruit, right? So Pear and Chocolate, right? So Pear she was nice, you know what I'm saying? And, I talked to her, periodically. Even throughout my senior year, I talked to her periodically. But, it never came to that point where, we were like going to connect or anything like that. But nah, you know what I'm saying? It never came to the point where, we was going to go that route. But while I got chocolate was somebody I was trying to get at my senior year, right? But she just wasn't going. She thinks that just because she got a boyfriend, she can't fuck with me at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bitch. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was trying to be her friend or something. Like, I'm trying to be cool with her and shit like that. But she did not want. She was not going. Like, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I should fuck with this bitch 11th grade year. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, those are you got dumb, and then you got as far as fourth period, there was a couple other girls, but it wasn't really heavy. I was mainly the big girl that I was really chatting with in fourth period, 11th grade year, and then it was a couple other girls, but it was mainly the big girl, right? So I'll say 11th grade year. These were the main girls. It was Ari, her friend, big girl, Pear and Chocolate. The main girls that I talk to on a day to day basis. 11th grade year. Not much girls, right? But these are the main girls. And then there's a couple other girls I will, say sometimes cross paths with or speak to and shit like that. Even throughout classrooms and shit, but these are the main ones. So yeah. Uh, we on to 12th grade year, so this is something I remember a little bit more for some reason, right? So 12th grade year, let me think back. Um, um, so third period, oh, excuse me. So first and second period, I had nobody, right? So third period, I ended up having big girl and chocolate. I ended up having them two, right? And that was about it as far as girls. Fourth period, it wasn't really no girls. Fourth period. Fifth period, wasn't really nobody. And sixth period, wasn't really nobody. It wasn't really nobody. So my classes wasn't as lit compared to junior year. But anyway, so yeah. But as far as the bus was, you got Alexis, right? You know what I'm saying? Alexis was head over heels for me. She was obsessed with me. She really did the most. She was crazy over me. Like, she just really doing way too much. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of scary. You know what I'm saying? It was like this bitch is obsessed with me. This is abnormal. It's like, you know what I'm saying? This bitch is obsessed with me. You know what I'm saying? Like this is abnormal. Like, why is she like this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand why is she acting like this towards me. Like, she acting like I'm just, you know what I'm saying? But I feel really bad on how I did Alexis because this is somebody that really just. I should have just talked to her, give her the opportunity and shit, but it damn near felt like Alexis was trying to rape me, right? But I really should have just went on with it and shit. I even had some guy tell me like, "Why won't you fuck with Alexis?" It's simple because she was a slut. That's the reason why I didn't fuck with her. You know what I mean? If she wasn't a slut, I would have been fucked with her, right? So that's Alexis, right? And there was other girls on the outside, right? Like you got Audrey, for example, right? This is somebody I used to follow on Instagram and shit like that, and all that other shit. I mean, I looked at Audrey, right? She was like a really really big slut. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, right? I'm talking about she. I remember the first day of school. This bitch was checking me out on the first day of school, right? Looking at me and shit. She pinched my nipple, right? This bitch had the audacity to pinch my nipple or some shit. And the way she was talking to me or some shit, she was talking to me like, fuck me or some shit. That's how she was talking to me or some shit. You know, I'm like, man, this bitch is crazy. Bitch is crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's how she was talking to me and shit like that. But, nah, I mean, there was a multitude of other sluts there, but these are like the main people I remember that I talked to often. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. You know what I mean? That I actually like have a conversation with. You know what I mean? There's a couple other girls there that kind of shot they shine at me and shit like that. You know, I had one girl, say spat me on the butt one time. You know what I'm saying? Um, I had one girl. You know what I'm saying? Do this and do that and do this. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like I don't want you to think I was out here with hoes. It wasn't like that. It was just a rare occasion that out the ordinary things happen with girls and shit like that, right? Um, but for the most part, that's pretty much all I can really highlight my senior year, my 12th grade year. Um, but all in all, you know what I'm saying? I say all that to say this, you know what I'm saying? Really missed out on, you know what I'm saying, an opportunity my 12th grade year because all I had to do was be cool with one of these girls. They could have connected me to a genuine girl and I could have got my first girlfriend, right? But it just, at this time, I was too shy, right? And I didn't have the mindset of thinking what networking, the power of networking, what it could do. I could have networked with her. They could have networked me with a better girl, and things would have went well. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the side effect of shit, you know what I'm saying? Oh, how I was thinking back in the day. It was like, I don't want to be seen with a slut. That's how I was thinking back in the day. I don't want to be seen talking to no slut. But it was like, looking back on that, I should have talked to this slut. They could have, networked me with another girl, could have connected me with another girl, and shit would have went well, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of just like, it is what it is what it ain't type shit. But, um, that what I learned from this is just you know, you gotta be more open to whatever girl comes my way. I gotta be more open to whatever girl comes my way. Try to connect with them, and they can connect me to somebody else, or they might actually, they might not even about just be connected to somebody else. Just be open to the girl in general. You know what I'm saying? Be open to the girl in general, just because they might be the best thing for you. You might be able to turn their sluttery into, what I'm saying. You might be able to turn them to a girlfriend, a wife. You know what I'm saying? So just be more open to the girl in general and shit like that. You know what I mean? So all in all, you know what I'm saying. This is what this situation taught me and shit like that. You know what I mean? But this is about the end of this video, you know what I'm saying? My next school video, I want to talk about boys. I want to talk about men and shit. I wanted to begin with girls. Now, in my next YouTube video, I'm going to talk about my relationships with men there and shit like that, and all that and shit in between. So that's what I'm going to talk about in my next YouTube video and shit. I'm gonna stay on the school saga for a little bit. I'm gonna drop 2 men stories just like I dropped 2 girl stories. And then I'm gonna go back to that job, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna go beyond that and shit. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what I wanna do. And that's the end of this video, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much all I really gotta say and shit like that. And I hope y'all enjoyed this video and shit, you know what I'm saying? If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you on my next YouTube video. Yeah.